Okay, I see you're back from lunch. Are you ready to go over the report that I ran out? They're printed? Okay, great. If you would just go set your things down, what we're going to do, we're going to go over the discard list. Okay, great. That's fine. Take your time. Just come back when you're ready. Okay, no, that's fine. Right. Have you had a chance to generate any of these reports? No. I try to do these at least once every couple of weeks or so, at least once or twice a month. And it is a list of discarded books, which of course, that's books that we're not going to have available anymore. And with some of these books, we will have multiple copies. So we need to make sure that we have all copies present and accounted for. You can't just trust that there's only one copy. Sometimes there are multiple. And if it's a book that's checked out, we need to know that. And you would have to notate it on the printout. You have to put it on the report so that when it is returned, we will know that it belongs with the discard stack. Okay. So I have each copy of each book has its own identification number. And we have to go through and check off these numbers to make sure that we have every copy. Okay? So to get us started, I actually went ahead and pulled a few individual copies of the discard books, the ones that we will take out of circulation. So I'm going to bring those over and we're going to take a look at them. We are going to pull up these numbers and see which copy we have and see how many copies we might need to look for. Like I said, I only have one of each. So what I'm going to have you do for books that have multiple copies, I'm going to have you go pull the other copies. Okay? All right. And to mark our printout, I use a red Sharpie. It just stands out better than just a regular black pen. So, you can very easily go through and check off the things that you finished. And if there's one that you need to look for, you can circle it, or you can mark it any way you want. Just whatever works for you. So let's look at the first book. Now, the first book is Lynn Deaton, Goodbye Mickey Mouse. Okay? One thing you want to do with all the discards, you want to take a look at them inside. Just want to take a quick look through here to see if there's anything that needs to be addressed, if there are any documents in here or anything of interest. You have to look through the books and just look for anything that might need to be removed. Sometimes people will leave bookmarks in here or notes. I mean, we find all kinds of things in here. So you want to carefully check the books. Now these we're just looking at for examples, but the other books that you pull from the shelves, you will have to do the same thing. You have to inspect them to make sure there's nothing in there that should be taken out. And each one I have placed a note in, and it's just information about the discarded book. So let's see which one this is. So you type in the number 283748, which is right here. So that is the very first one. Actually, we can check that right off. So this one is accounted for in our report, so it's ready to go. All right. Now, the next one is Emily Benedek, Red Sea. And again, like I said, I've just placed a little paper in each one of these. I have not inspected them though. Let's see if there's anything in here that needs to come out. Going to enter this number. Oops, wait. Sorry. Let me back up. All right. Now this report has multiple pages. Sometimes you may have to go, the numbers are in order on here. So you can actually go down and see here, right here. Here's this one, so we check that one off. Now, it looks like for Red Sea, we have 2 additional copies, 767-1103 and 767-1104. I'm going to put a little star by each of those because I will need you to pull those from these shelves to go with the discard stack. All right. And the next one is Robert Morgan, The Road from Gap Creek. It looks like this book was a donation, so it's very possible that this is the only copy that we have. It's not guaranteed, but this may be the only one that we have since it was donated. And you will also have to stamp them all as discarded, and they will go downstairs into our discard room where people can purchase them. Hardbacks are $1 and paperbacks are 50 cents. And that, yes, that applies to all books, regardless of type. So these books would be $1 each. We do check for signs of excessive wear. Occasionally, if we have a book that has lots of wear, we may simply toss it. We may simply throw it out if it's really bad. Or at the very least, we will sell it at a discounted price, like 50 cents or 25 cents. Just depending on the shape it's in. This one looks good. Okay. Let's check this number. Okay. And again, like I said, this report is kind of long. So, no, wait, here it is. This is this one, so we check that. And we actually do have one more copy of this, 2007-023-8800. So, some books have longer reference numbers. It actually depends on the section that they're in, the type of book that they are. Some of them just are assigned a different class of ID numbers. So a lot of them have the 7-digit number, but some have the 11-digit number. All right. This next one is Deborah Crombie, Dreaming of the Bones. And do remember to check them, like I was saying. Just make sure there's nothing in here. Like, see, now this book has pretty bad spine damage right here. Now this book I would keep out separately. I would personally price this at 50 cents because of the spine damage. And before we even do that, I will put some tape here. I mean, it's not a perfect fix, but I would discount it to 50 cents, and I would also tape that to try to hold it together a little better. We actually do sell a lot of books downstairs. We have a lot of people who come here once every few months, and they will stock up on books to read. Like if they love to read, or if they have family members who may not be able to travel much, and they spend a lot of time at home, and they enjoy reading at home. So let's look at this one here. Okay, now since this one has a damaged spine, I'm going to put a note in here about that. And that way, if the book is sold and there are any questions about the price, and we have a special sticker that we could place on here, if there is any question about the price, the librarian can simply come in here and look and see the notes that I made about the price, and that should clear up any confusion. Now let's look on here. It's down here at the very bottom, right here. And we have this one, and this one, and this one too. So this book, there are actually 3 more copies, but this one, because of the spine damage, will be cheaper. So I'm going to keep this one separate. That way, hopefully, I will remember to do the little repair with some tape. We have some special tape here that we find to be very useful with spine damage. Okay, it's not duct tape, but it's pretty close. Okay, this is Lynn Deaton again, or Dayton, however you want to pronounce it. Hope, the new Bernard Sampson novel. Very nice cover. It's in good shape. And also, before these go downstairs, we will remove all of my little pieces of paper. I like to put them in there for my own reference. Just the little notes that I make to myself about that particular book. Was a habit that I got into before we had the computer systems, and we did everything electronically, and we relied more on cards inside the books. And personally, I still prefer that method, I guess, because that's what I was used to for so long. Part of me still doesn't want to trust the computer, so I make notes just in case. All right. Okay, here it is, right on the front. And this is the only copy of this book that we have at this point. It actually looks like, from looking on here, let me see a second. And actually, it looks like we had some other copies that were discarded, and somehow this one was overlooked. I'm really not sure how that happened. That's really unusual, but yeah, we are going to get it this time. Okay. Okay. So this one can go. This one's good. And I have another Lynn Dayton, Faith, another Bernard Sampson novel. Oh, I remember this one. There was a little story behind this copy. I saw the cover and I remembered, if this is the copy I'm thinking of, Miss Simmons checked it out and then panicked because apparently her dog took it and hid it somewhere. It's like the dog would take books and utensils and things and just hide them, and it hid it like under her deck or something. So she was really happy to find it. She had to look everywhere for the book. She had to have her son come help her look for it. It was crazy. She was afraid she was gonna have to pay for it. I told her, don't worry about it. We'll work it out. If you don't find it, it's gonna be okay. We're not gonna string you up or anything. She was just panicking over this book. I remember that. Oh, that was several years ago, but I still remember that. She was so relieved when she found it. Don't know what made her think to look under the deck, but that's where she found it. Maybe the dog had hidden stuff under there before. I don't know. She's a sweet lady, though. I haven't seen her recently. I should call her and check on her. Okay. This one is right here. Okay. We do have one more copy. Only one, but we do have one more copy. So we need to look for another copy of this one. And if it has teeth marks on it, it may be because of Mrs. Simmons' dog. Okay. This one is pretty thick. Chateau Ella by Hilary Norman. No, there's not really a certain deadline or anything that you have to pull discarded books. It's just that it's something that I find is good to keep up with. If you get behind, you can end up spending an entire day pulling discarded books and reviewing them. So I find it's good to do it at least once or twice a month. Just to keep it from becoming such an overwhelming task. And as you can see, we just did this maybe 2 weeks ago, and we already have quite a few more that need to go this time that have come up since the last time we did it. So I think it's good to try to keep up with it. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Okay, this one. Hold on a second. this one is actually not showing up as one to be discarded. That's interesting. Let me check my list, make sure I read that right. Oh, you know what I did? This is the wrong number. I pulled the wrong book, and this is another reason why it's good to double check, because this one actually is not being discarded. So this actually needs to go back on the shelf. Yeah, I got the wrong number, so I'm going to need to mark that. That is another one that will need to be pulled and reviewed. Sorry about that. This one actually is okay. So we are not discarding that one. It's always good to double check. You don't want to get rid of a book that should remain active and in circulation. So, all right, Caleb Carr, The Angel of Darkness. We do actually have sales occasionally, maybe twice a year. We will have a book sale where, and we can do them more often if needed. If we find that we have a lot of books downstairs and they're really stacking up, we will have a half price sale. So you can get hardback books for 50 cents and paperback books for 25 cents. And we usually will announce that in the paper, and on our Facebook page we will let people know. And there are a lot of people who really love our sales. They come in and really stack up. I mean, they get a bunch of books, which is wonderful because it clears out a lot of room downstairs for us. So that works out really well. Okay, well, let's check this one here. Okay. This one I got right. Here we go. And for some reason, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. My goodness. We have 5 additional copies of this book. All these numbers: 4248930, 4855379, 5134-217, 527-4114, 5306737. All copies of the same book. That's crazy. I have no idea why we have so many of these. But yeah, be on the lookout for 5 of these. Wow. Okay. So this one can go. Handy household hints from Eloise. This one does not have a cover. Occasionally we do have one that doesn't have a cover on it. That's okay. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Right here it is. And we have one more copy of this one. 3346557. Okay. Oh, this report is very handy. It comes in very handy. It's much better than having to rely on the cards and, you know, the card catalog and just the cards up here at the front desk to know how many copies we have of each book. It makes it a lot easier to be sure that you have all of the copies that need to go to the discard section. So I do like that about the computer. computer system. But see, to me, there should be a card that slips down in this little pocket right here. There should be a little paperboard card. That I can stamp and tuck down in that pocket. That would be perfect. Okay. Andrew Greeley, Rite of Spring. Oh, I messed up. Okie dokie. This one's going to be farther back. That's right there. And this one has two additional copies. So, of course, the ones with the stars, you know that there are more. And then I have one more. Now, you will see on the report as you go through it that there are some on here, like these and this one, that I did not pull. I didn't have a chance. Normally, I just work on this when I have time. If I find that I have a few spare minutes, I will work on this. And I was not able to pull them all. Here too. Quite a few back here. I didn't get back because these are kept in the back part of the library, and I didn't get back there, so I didn't get many of these at all. This is P.D. James and the Lighthouse. Let me look this up. Okay. I haven't found anything interesting in these. Sometimes you find really weird stuff in here. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy the things that people leave in here. Oh, I do. Every now and then you will find like a dollar bill stuck in here. And use it as a bookmark. Well, technically, if you find a dollar in here, you are supposed to stick it in the drawer with a note that it was in the book. And we consider that a donation, so it will go into the petty cash, or the donation allotment. This one looks okay. I don't see anything. Let's see. Nope, not there. Here it is, right here. And for this one, we have one, just the one. We have one more of these. Okay, so did you finish returning the books, the ones from the deposit box, little book deposit? Okay, great. Well, what I will have you do then is go get the cart, and if you would please come get these books over here, and you can go ahead and put them in your cart if you like. And then I would like you to take the report and just pull the rest of these books, and just look through them, look to see if there's anything that needs to be removed or anything like that. And then if you would please just bring them to me. I would like to review them just one more time, just very quickly, before you take them downstairs. Okay, it would be a big help to me if you could do that. Okay, so take this and you can use my pen. Okay, just don't lose it. I think it's the only one I have up here right now. These get taken a lot. People take my red pens. So if you would just remember to bring it back up here and just put it in my drawer when you're done, okay? Great. Okay. I'll check. That's not a problem. Let me check on that. Okay, now, if you want to, it's right here. If you look, right, you see where it says, and it actually just says discard, or DISC. That's discard. What you want to do, you choose that. Okay, choose it, and then you enter today's date, month, day, and year. Okay, and you select enter all, and you have to type discard again, and then you just hit enter, and see, you're going to see here the same list that I just printed out. Okay, all that. So it's going to be all the books that are on here because I just printed this morning, and I doubt it's changed since then. So if you, the next time we generate a report, I will have you do it, and then we will look over it together. Okay. All right, great. So take this, and no, I'll be fine up here. I'm good. I'll be all right. Just pull the books, and then we'll go over them together when you have them all ready. Okay. All right, great. Thank you so much.